I want you to picture this. It's 3 a.m., and there you go again, shuffling to the bathroom in the dark, trying not to wake your partner. Many men in their 50s and 60s find they have to go to the toilet, urinary-wise, maybe 3 or 4 times a night. Does this sound familiar? You've probably told yourself 100 times, well, I'm getting older. This is just how it is. But my friend, I need you to hear me clearly. This isn't normal aging. Your body is trying to tell you something important, and most doctors never explain what's really going on. That midnight bathroom trip is stealing more than just your sleep. Every time you get up, you're missing the deep, restorative rest your brain needs to fight memory loss. Your joints need to stay flexible, and your immune system needs to keep you healthy. And here's what really gets me. Most seniors are making one simple mistake that keeps this cycle going night after night. But tonight, we're changing that. Because the truth is, small adjustments can make a world of difference. I've seen it happen. People just like you who thought they'd never sleep through the night again are now waking up refreshed. And in just the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make that happen, starting with the #1 habit you need to change tonight. So, if you're ready to stop feeling exhausted by morning, if you're ready to protect your memory and health, then let's begin. Your best night's sleep in years could be just minutes away. Before we start, drop in the comments from where you are watching this video and what health topic you'd like to see in the next video. As a special thank you for joining us today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. Now, let's look at the science of sleep for just a moment. Did you know that 10 nights of just 6 hours of sleep a night results in 50% less physical performance and 50% less cognitive performance? And yet, most people consider 6 hours pretty good. 6 hours is better than 4 hours, granted, but after 6 hours you feel okay. And that's a deception. 4 hours sleep, you don't feel okay. And it's not the odd day you might have 6 hours sleep a night. It's actually what you do every night that matters. This also explains why so many people are not well. It also explains why we have a lot of mental illness today. It also explains why people are aging far too young. It has a lot to do with sleep. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. It's just a bathroom trip. What's the big deal? Well, my friend, let me tell you why this is so much more than just losing a little sleep. This is about your health, your safety, and your quality of life. And once you understand what's really happening to your body when you keep waking up at night, you'll see why fixing this is an absolute must. First, let's talk about what happens when your sleep gets broken up night after night. That deep, restful sleep you used to get. That's when your brain files away memories, repairs your body, and even helps regulate your mood. When you're up and down to the bathroom, you're missing out on the most important stages of sleep, the ones that keep your mind sharp and your body strong. And over time, that adds up. Studies show that seniors with untreated nocturia are more likely to struggle with memory issues and even have a higher risk of dementia. That's not just aging. That's your sleep being stolen from you piece by piece. And it's not just your brain that suffers. Every time you get up in the dark, half asleep, you're at risk of a fall. Think about how many times you have stubbed your toe or grabbed onto furniture to steady yourself on those nighttime trips. For seniors, falls are serious business. They can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, and even long-term mobility problems. And all because of something as simple as waking up to pee. That's not a risk we should just accept as normal. But here's what really gets me. Most people don't realize that nocturia is often a sign of other health issues. High blood pressure, diabetes, even heart problems can all make those nighttime trips worse. Your body is trying to tell you something, And if you ignore it, you're missing a chance to catch bigger problems early. Now, I don't say all this to scare you. I say it because I want you to know how important this is. This isn't just about being a little tired in the morning. This is about protecting your health, your independence, and your future. And the good news is, once you understand the real causes, which we'll talk about next, you can start making changes tonight that will help you sleep better, feel better, and live better. So, stick with me, because what comes next could make all the difference. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. After working with hundreds of seniors just like you, I've discovered there's one mistake that keeps coming up. One habit that's probably the main reason you're making those nighttime bathroom trips. And the crazy part is, most people don't even realize they're doing it. Here's the big reveal. The number one mistake is drinking fluids too close to bedtime. Now, I know what you're thinking. But I only drink water. Water's healthy. And you're absolutely right. But here's the thing. Your bladder doesn't care if it's water, tea, or anything else. After a certain time, liquid is liquid. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine your bladder is like a balloon. During the day, when you're up and moving, your body handles fluids just fine. But at night, that balloon fills up while you're lying flat, putting extra pressure where you don't want it. And if you've had anything to drink within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime, even just a small glass, your poor bladder is working overtime while you're trying to sleep. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Many of my patients tell me, "But I only drink because I'm thirsty at night." And that makes perfect sense. But often that nighttime thirst is actually caused by what you ate earlier in the evening. Salty food, spicy dishes. They can make you thirsty hours later without you realizing the connection. But wait, there's more to this mistake than just timing. What you drink matters too. That evening cup of coffee, even decaf, has some caffeine. Herbal tea, some varieties actually act as mild diuretics. And alcohol? That's a double whammy. It makes you produce more urine and disrupts your sleep. Here's my simple rule of thumb that's helped countless seniors. After dinner, sip, don't gulp. If you're thirsty, take small sips to moisten your mouth, rather than drinking full glasses. And try this trick. Put a glass of water by your bedside for that dry mouth feeling, but just swish and spit if you wake up thirsty. It sounds strange, but it works. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, "But what about my medications that need water at night?" That's different. We never want to skip necessary fluids with medicines. If this is your situation, let's talk about adjusting timing with your doctor, not cutting out water completely. I also advise people with urinary frequency not to drink a whole lot of water at once. So it is better to drink little by little by little. I'm a little bit thirsty, so I'll give you an illustration. That's a couple of mouthfuls. This is an 850 milliliter bottle. I aim to drink one of those before breakfast. I aim to drink one of those before lunch. It is now almost 12. Lunch is in an hour, and I'm down to there. I'll easily drink the rest by the time lunch is. A lot of people who become convinced on the importance to drink water start drinking whole glasses at once. But that is not the best way. If I've just climbed a mountain and my clothes are wet with perspiration, I certainly will enjoy drinking a whole glass of water at once. But on the whole, we should be drinking water little by little by little. To help the water get inside the cell, you can take a crystal of Celtic salt about the size of a sesame seed. Start with Celtic salt with its 82 minerals. If you don't have Celtic salt, you could use Himalayan. Himalayan has about 75 minerals. It's almost as good as the Celtic salt. Take a crystal of that before every glass of water. So, I've got a little more than 3 glasses of water here. So, when I start this, I take a little bit of salt. When I'm down to about a third, I take a little bit. When I'm down to about here, I take another little bit. What that salt does, The magnesiums in the salt get the water inside the cell.
So I had a lady say to me, "I don't drink a lot of water because I have to rush to the bathroom all the time." I said, "Try this. Try drinking the water little by little by little by little, and try having a little bit of Celtic salt before you start every glass." She came back to me 3 days later. She said it worked. She said, "Thank you so much." She said, "I used to just drink a whole glass at a time." You drink a whole glass at a time. It's not long before that whole glass has to be released. The number 2 mistake. Now, I've told you about the number 1 mistake, drinking too close to bedtime. But there's another sneaky habit I see all the time that's just as problematic. Ready for mistake number 2? Going to the bathroom just in case. How many of you make a trip to the restroom right before bed? Even if you don't really need to go, you think you're being smart. Empty the tank so you'll sleep through the night. But here's what's really happening.
When you go when you don't have a true urge, you're actually training your bladder to expect elimination on a schedule rather than when it's truly full. Over time, your bladder's capacity shrinks. It's like if you only ever filled a water bottle halfway before dumping it out, soon it would forget it could hold more. Mrs. Callahan, bless her heart, was doing this for years. She'd visit the bathroom every night at 9:30 sharp, whether she needed to or not. When we broke this habit and only went when truly necessary, her nighttime trips decreased dramatically. Her bladder had to relearn its proper capacity, but within a month, she was sleeping through the night regularly. Here's how to fix this tonight. 1. Stop making preventive bathroom trips. 2. Wait until you feel a genuine urge. 3. During the day, gradually extend time between trips by 15-minute increments. 4. Practice pelvic floor exercises to improve control. And here's an eye-opener. The average bladder can hold about 16 ounces, but many seniors train theirs to signal at just 6 to 8 ounces. We need to retrain that capacity. Remember, your bladder is smarter than you think. Trust it to tell you when it's truly time to go, not the clock. Break this habit, and you'll be amazed how much more control you regain. I try to always have water next to my bed. If I wake in the night, I have a few sips. You just have it always with you. When you are well hydrated, you will sleep better. Now, I drink most of my water in the earlier part of the day. Some people can drink 16 ounces of water before they go to bed and sleep for 8 hours. I can't. If I ate that much water, I have to get up a couple of times. So I try and have probably only about 2 glasses of water in the afternoon before I go to bed. And then I can usually sleep the whole night. Now that we've uncovered these 2 mistakes most seniors make, let's talk about how to fix it. Because knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. Dietary triggers. Now let's talk about the hidden culprits in your kitchen that might be sabotaging your sleep. You see, some perfectly healthy foods can actually turn into bladder trouble when eaten at the wrong time. Take watermelon, wonderfully hydrating in summer, but eat it after dinner and you're basically filling your bladder on purpose. Here's my golden rule. After 4 p.m., be picky about what goes on your plate. Some top offenders to watch for are celery and cucumbers. They're mostly water. Spicy foods irritate the bladder. Citrus fruits are too acidic for some people, and artificial sweeteners fool your bladder into working overtime. Now, I had a patient, Mr. Jenkins, who loved his evening salad with tomatoes and balsamic vinegar. Once we switched his big salad to lunchtime and had cooked vegetables at dinner, his nighttime trips dropped by half. The vinegar was the surprising trigger. And here's something few people realize. How you cook matters too. That comforting bowl of soup at night is liquid gold for keeping warm, but liquid trouble for your bladder. Try having your soups at lunch instead. If you must have soup at dinner, make it thick and creamy rather than brothy. One more pro tip. Watch your salt intake after lunch. Salt makes you thirsty, which makes you drink more, which, well, you know the rest. Try seasoning your evening meals with herbs instead. Rosemary and thyme add wonderful flavor without the sodium overload.
Sleep position. Let me ask you something. How do you position yourself when you sleep? Believe it or not, this could be the difference between waking up once or 3 times. The best position I've found is sleeping on your left side with a pillow between your knees. Here's why it works. 1. It takes pressure off your bladder. 2. It helps with digestion. 3. It keeps your spine aligned. Mrs. Kowalski in my practice called this her miracle change. She used to sleep on her right side and was up constantly. Just switching to her left side gave her an extra 2 hours of uninterrupted sleep. If you're a back sleeper, try putting a small pillow under your knees. And stomach sleepers, I know it's comfortable, but it's the worst for bladder pressure. Try training yourself to side sleep by hugging a body pillow. Here's where we play a little mind game with your bladder. Over the years, it's gotten used to sending you signals at the slightest urge, but we can teach it better manners. Start by adding 15 minutes between bathroom trips during the day. Feel the urge? Distract yourself first. Fold some laundry. Do some gentle stretches. This trains your bladder to hold more. At night, try this trick. When you wake with the urge, take 5 slow, deep breaths before getting up. Often the feeling will pass enough to buy you another hour of sleep. Mr. Rodriguez did this for just 2 weeks and went from 4 nightly trips down to 1. His secret? He kept a crossword puzzle by his bed. The mental distraction worked wonders. Remember, this takes patience. Your bladder didn't learn these habits overnight, and it won't unlearn them overnight either. But stick with it, and you'll be amazed at the results. Environmental tweaks. Little tricks most people never think about, but can help you sleep through the night like a baby. First up, temperature. I recommend keeping your bedroom between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. It's better to warm your body than the whole room. Try wearing warm socks or using a heated mattress pad set on low. Mr. Henderson swore by his 3-blanket system. Next, your pajamas matter. Look for breathable cotton or moisture-wicking fabrics. Consider loose waistbands. And here's a game changer, your lighting. Bright bathroom lights at night tell your brain it's morning. Install dim red night lights, as they don't disrupt sleep hormones. One last tip from Mrs. Wilkins. She keeps her slippers right by the bed, but with a difference. She turned them sideways so she can slip her feet in without bending over. Small change, but when you're half asleep at 3 a.m., it makes all the difference. Now, listen closely because this part is important. While most nighttime bathroom trips can be improved with the changes we've discussed, there are times when you absolutely should talk to your doctor. Here are the red flags that mean it's time to make an appointment. If you're getting up more than 2 times every single night, if you feel pain or burning when you urinate, if you see blood in your urine, even just once, if you're suddenly much thirstier than usual, or if you're leaking urine before you reach the bathroom. What can your doctor do? Plenty. They might check for infections, review your medications, test for diabetes, or suggest specialized treatments like pelvic floor therapy. My patient, Mr. Ellis, put off seeing his doctor for months, thinking his frequent urination was just normal aging. Turns out a simple medication adjustment solved 80% of his problem. That's why I always say, don't assume, get checked. And ladies, this especially goes for you. Many women think urinary problems are just something to live with after menopause. Not true. New treatments can help dramatically. But I prefer you always combat the root cause of this issue before going over to the use of medications. If these lifestyle changes don't help within a few weeks, make that appointment.
Your future self will thank you. Let's quickly go over what we've learned today, because this information is too important to forget. First, waking up to pee isn't just normal aging. It's often caused by habits we can change. Second, that evening glass of water or cup of tea is probably your number one culprit. Third, small tweaks to your diet, sleep position, and bedroom environment can make a huge difference. Now, I want to hear from you. How many times were you waking up before watching this? And which tip are you trying first? Leave a comment below. Your experience could help someone else. Hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe for more straight talk about senior health. Your future self will thank you. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay healthy.